we now need to create the welcome JSP page. So let's create another JSP page. I'm going to call it welcome. Remember, this name has to match whatever we're passing in. So let's go ahead and create the home page. We need to create a welcome JSP, which means we need basically that means we need a navigation bar, and that means we need a CSS file. And as you can see, I've gone ahead and I just found one offline, and now I'm going to show you how this works. So if you remember, when we first started this, we created this MVC resources, and I actually created it wrong. The location, because resources is inside of my web-inf, I need to say that it's web-inf, and then the mapping will be resources. Now I'm going to show this working, and then I'll change that and show you how that all relates. But let's go to our welcome.jsp. My URLs are once again page context that request context path with the slash. But how I've done this link is I get the URL from Spring. I've had to go ahead and import a tag library. And I retrieve the URL doing this var main CSS, and then I create the link using main CSS style sheet. Now this isn't the only way it can be done. I'll go ahead and show one more way, because I think it's important to be able to know the multiple different ways to do this. And it's quite easy to figure these things out. You just kind of Google, play around with it. It doesn't matter which method you're going to have to do, or which method you want to use for this. We have to create a library, or we have to import a library for it. The only difference is for the Spring method we need two things, but for the JSTL we only need one thing. I'll leave that up to you on if you even want to use this. You could always do it a different way by just adding the bootstrap link here, which I may have shown in a different video. If not, Google it. But I'm going to have to rename some stuff because styles, I believe it's just style though, and then my resources, capital. So when I go ahead and run this, we'll see that it works. At least I hope it works. If you're going to use JSTL, you probably have to do the jar file. So I'm not going to go ahead and do that. I'll just show it working with the Spring, because that's what we're using, or that's what this assignment's supposed to be testing your capabilities on. And there it is working. Now, I believe this should still work. If I go into here and I change this mapping to say cats, and then if I go into my welcome JSP, and I do the same exact change, I believe this should work. Now, you would generally never do this, but I just want to show you that the mapping could generally be anything that you want to use to shorten your actual file structure, because the location is the actual file structure. The mapping is what we're wanting to use to reduce that. Show this running. And it still works, even though I've changed it to be cats, which makes no sense. It still works, and that's the point. This is just some way to shorten up your file structure, because cat's a little bit nicer to type in than YMNF resources, right? And that's going to be it for this video. Well, okay. So how I've created the sidebar and stuff, I just went online, I typed in HTML sidebar, and I took the first thing that I happened to find. To do this division, I just did a style. These are all different HTML techniques. Really up to you as a developer to go find your own techniques, what you like to do. I just wanted to talk a little bit about what the Spring stuff is. In the next video, I'll get one of these pages working where we actually we'll do the functionality of one of these pages and use a BO and stuff and show how that works. So until next time.